And I'm Kelly.
And we're
aMAMAnous.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so first episode released.
Yes. Thank you all for listening
and watching.
Exactly. We couldn't do it without you. So we really appreciate those people that have been there since day one, you know?
Literally day one.
Yeah. When we told them, hey, we have this idea and you didn't tell us, wow, that's a dumb idea. Thank you.
And for still not telling us that this is a dumb idea.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
And to the new friends that we've already made.
Yeah.
I already have some new, we get emails, DMs from friends.
And suggestions to do trending videos.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
I love that. That was fun.
Exactly.
So did you learn anything listening to us?
I think everyone that has listened to our first two episodes can agree that my catchphrase is 1000%. When I say that, you know that I fully agree with whatever it is.
Or is it just filler?
No, 1000% it is not. It's like I really truly agree with whatever it is that's being said.
I feel that. I knew that I say like a lot, but I did not realize the magnitude in which I actually say it in normal conversation. I don't know. Maybe it's nerves of like recording our conversation that has me throwing that out there so much, but I pray I don't say that much in real life. I'm trying so hard.
Said it.
I'm literally thinking, because I have zero filter. Like the thought has already left my mouth before my head even thinks it. So
I agree. But I would just like to let everybody know, because I don't think that we have told everybody that we are from California and we're like straight Californian girls.
Literally the valley. Literally valley girls.
Exactly. Brings me to my next word. Exactly. We say exactly. We say like. We say what else did I just say? Literally.
Literally.
We say that after everything. Because that's just how we grew up.
I think at some point we're gonna have the little tick thing every time we say the word, our little word, it's gonna ding ding, and we're gonna have a count at the end of the episode.
We would get so annoyed by the dings.
Yeah.
Like we talked about I just said it. We talked about having a swear jar. We should have a like jar.
That's a good idea. Wow.
That is a good idea.
That is a really good one.
Okay, maybe we should do that. But we
each have our own and see who fills it up faster.
Yeah.
You guys could place bets.
Live betting. Like a horse race.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, so it brings us to episode number 2.
Yeah. So if you're still here, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And if you're new here, feel free to go back. We talked about our icks in the last episode. That was
none of my icks. So, because I don't have any icks, apparently.
Apparently, Nicole has 0 icks. She loves body odor. She loves hey dudes.
And hand clappers.
But, exactly. But if you don't pay for her date, you're gone.
Yeah.
All right. So shall we jump into this one? This one is exciting.
So excited. This is my specialty.
In-laws.
That I'm now retired from.
Because she loves her in-law. Which is me.
I do.
I know. So I was like trying to think of good in-law stories. And I was like, what would I talk about if I were to like submit an in-law story? And I don't know, maybe by the end of the podcast, I'll think of like a good story that we all have together.
It would be like that trend where people, usually women, are like, I don't have a mother-in-law. I have a Jennifer, whatever the mother-in-law's name is. And they talk about how great she is.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I don't have a sister-in-law. I have a Nicole. And it would just show you and me and all of our quirks.
Exactly.
Because I've just blessed your life so much.
So much. Wouldn't have married your brother without you.
I really think you have to look, when you're picking a partner, look at their family, because just as much as your partner can impact your life and I think in-laws equally, maybe even more so, can bring joy to your life or absolute pain and terror.
For sure. I definitely agree with that. Like, if you don't like your in-laws and your significant other is close with your in-laws, with their parents or their siblings or whatever, and you don't like them, it's possibly never going to work.
Yeah, I know it's never going to work, but you either have to be somebody that can really stick to a boundary and like shielding your new little family unit, your wife, versus like your born into family.
Exactly.
I think that's the only way it works if not everybody gets along.
Yeah. So for this one, we did actually have quite a few submissions.
Surprise, surprise.
Shocking. I know. We all love a good in-law story.
And thank you guys for sharing and opening up, because I know it's very vulnerable and maybe even risky to put your true stories out there.
Very true. Very true. Because so many of them are like, oh, well, I don't know, maybe.
Top this.
Exactly. Or you know exactly who I'm talking about when I talk about this, right? Okay, so shall we jump in?
Yes.
Okay. So the very first one. My in-laws moved across the country 3 weeks before their first grandchild was born, and now gaslight us into feeling bad for not involving them enough in our kids' lives. My mother-in-law even cried and made my daughter's first birthday about her because we didn't FaceTime her while her granddaughter opened birthday presents. Am I crazy for thinking they are the ones in the wrong?
No. If they chose to move away knowing that you guys were starting your family and there was a potential that you guys weren't going to follow them, then absolutely they're in the wrong for guilting you.
Let me just say 1000% not in the wrong. Yeah, this is crazy to me. So if you're a grandparent that wants to be super involved in your grandchildren's lives and you live close by to begin with, but then you decide she's pregnant for 9 months, mind you, right? For the most part, most people are pregnant 9 months, and they move away 3 weeks before the baby is born. How dare you get upset at me for not?
Actually, double down. How freaking dare them? Because they should know the help that their children would need during that time. It to take off and move away, knowing like if they are that important of a support system where they are entitled enough to complain about not watching them open birthday gifts on the first birthday. If you're that close, then you should have been there. You should have stayed. Or
also, if it's their first birthday, you've had a whole year to not live near them. Why would you not fly out for a first birthday of your first grandchild? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
That would piss me off.
Yeah, it would too. But this isn't even a discussion. Period.
Yeah. Cut them off. Even.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to have a relationship with them, you come have a relationship with them. That's not on me.
It doesn't sound like it's about the relationship. I think it's about the entitlement here.
Like, I'm a grandparent, so you should do what I want.
Yes.
Like, I raised you, so you do what I want.
Yeah. Or like, I'm so important, I should be privy to these things. To me, it should sound more like, oh, I'm so upset I didn't get to see her reaction to these gifts. I'm sad I missed the smile on her face. Not, you guys should have FaceTimed me, whatever it was.
Yeah. And we're talking across country, right? They said. Not like next state over, where it's like, oh, an easy, like, little drive. We could come visit you. No, cross country. That's like at least, in my eyes, cross country means like at least 5 hours in an airplane. Well, I'm not, like, why am I responsible for bringing a little baby 5 hours in an airplane to you?
Yeah.
No. Get your ass on the airplane. Come here if you want to see your grandkid. But this has been a big topic in my family, actually, because my parents are willing / wanting to move out of state.
Mm-hmm.
But they are so like, no, if you guys aren't moving, we're not moving, because they want to be a part of my kids' lives. You know, my kids are their only grandkids at the moment. Brad. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so they want to be close. And if a grandparent wants to be close I feel like they would make an effort to be there.
Yeah.
It's not like you didn't already live in California. Like you already were here experiencing the expensive AF lifestyle.
Now they can definitely afford a plane ticket or two. So,
Yeah.
and listen, whoever this aMAMAnous, the anonymous
Anonymous mommy
is, you hit the jackpot, it sounds like, with them moving so far away. So bravo, pat yourself on the back, thank your lucky stars, because this sounds like it could be chaos if they were here in the everyday life.
So true. Like now all you have to worry about is a couple of FaceTimes, maybe a couple of visits every so often.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not here in your face all the time.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know, Kelly. Why are you sound like you are experiencing something like this in your life. I don't think
It's not like my in-laws are at my house every single day.
Oh, you're talking about me. I was thinking we were still talking about grandparents.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You're right.
I kind of live here. You haven't noticed I changed my address.
I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I get Amazon packages for you here now.
Well, a quarter of a mile away is pretty close. So.
Yeah, exactly. Not close enough, though.
Never.
All right. Should we go on to the next one?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. This is a good one. And I don't think Nicole knows about this one yet. Okay. So, when I first married into the family, my mother-in-law invited me to what she called a ladies' empowerment night. I thought it was going to be like a wine and cheese situation,
Oh
maybe some spa stuff, a vision board, you know, cute and wholesome. I even wore a cardigan.
Cheese and rice. What is it? There's a stripper or something. It's a nudist colony.
I walk in and it's all women. Her friends, a couple cousins, even great Aunt Wendy. And then this very perky woman in a hot pink blazer wheels out a suitcase like she's about to sell us timeshares in Cabo. Nope. Vibrators. It was a full-on adult toy party. There were diagrams. There were samples. There were even phrases like dual action rabbit with pulsating beads being shouted next to a fruit tray. I was sitting on the couch, clutching a glass of rosé like it was holy water, trying not to make eye contact with the glittery silicone thing.
Oh my God.
I wanted to both laugh and die on the spot. And of course, they passed everything around like it was a Tupperware party. One of her friends winked at me and said, "You're one of us now."
Oh my God. They do this like annually or something?
Yeah. Thanks, girl. I'll never look at my husband's family the same way again. I'll be sure to be busy the next time she asks me to join them. LOL.
I love this. Like, first of all, I feel like this is something that we would totally do.
I was just going to say, I feel like this is totally something that we would do.
Yeah.
I would feel comfortable being there with your mom and my mom.
Yeah. But there's like a lot of like icebreakers. Have you ever done one of those parties?
No, we were supposed to do one. Remember?
I just had an idea. Okay. I need people to comment. Should we do a virtual party and we could have like one of those hosts come and give an explanation? And then you guys
I'll buy one of everything.
You purchased from the comfort of your own home. Like that would be really fun. We could do a live or something like
a
that.
Virtual dildo party.
Yes. Anyways, I went to one and there was like 15 people there. Actually, I'm going to tag some of the girls. I'm going to send them this video because we're talking about it. But there's like icebreakers they do that feel super awkward. It's like they give you cards, like write down your fantasy or write down the most wild place you've done this or what do you want to try? And then it kind of all goes into a bucket and there you grab a random one and you read it out loud. And then you're kind of looking around the room like, who the hell said that? And maybe you're really, you know, these people well. So you're like, I recognize that handwriting.
That's Aunt Carol.
Yeah. They bring everything out and you see everything. They give you explanation. You get really comfortable with some of the verbiage that they use. But then when it comes to ordering the stuff, they like, it's super secretive. They take you to like a private area. And yeah, I'm like, no, I want to know what everybody's ordering. What strikes your fancy?
Yeah. Mom, what'd you order?
Exactly.
Ew. Okay, maybe not my mom.
That's really funny. We should do one of those, though.
So we were supposed to do one of those. I don't know if you remember. It was during a wedding around COVID time. We were supposed to do it. It was like the bridal party or like whatever. I don't remember, like her, not her bachelorette party,
Mhm.
but yeah, exactly. And then they canceled it because it was like COVID. But we were all going to be there. Your
Yeah.
mom, my mom.
Yep. I know the group.
us. I know the group. Yeah. I was so looking forward to it. But I'm like not ashamed about that kind of stuff.
I'm not either.
And I think that's why we mesh so well.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and our families.
Yeah.
Because we would be like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to shout out.
Order that one. I have it
the
at home.
mom's
Works like a
names.
charm.
Yes. Double vibration.
But like, I don't know. Like, obviously, this Anani mommy was not that comfortable yet and was very surprised. I would totally be caught off guard.
Totally fair.
That would make me feel super awkward.
Totally fair. Okay, first of all, I've known your family forever, so that's why I feel so comfortable being in a newly like married family, I guess. If you don't know them that well, and then she doesn't even tell you, she doesn't even warn you that this is what the party is about.
Women's empowerment, like luncheon. It sounds like it's a marketing group, a business meeting. Maybe it's like a timeshare, not timeshare, but like a
poor girl wore her cardigan.
It's some type of MLM. I guess maybe that is, but I just mean they word it in a way. That's how they get away with going and not telling the husbands, I'm going to a sex party. They're like, I'm going to a women's empowerment luncheon.
If I told Ryan that I was going to a sex party, he'd be like, hell yeah, buy one of everything.
No budget, babe.
None.
Whatever you see, you want
buy.
it, you got it.
If it means I'm getting lucky for the next 5 days, I'm in.
Do you think the mother-in-law was trying to, is she judging her? Like, what is she into?
Hey, sweetie, Joey would love this.
Oh, that would be awkward. That would be awkward. But I'm sure there are some overbearing mothers in the world like that. But
I wouldn't put it past your mom, okay?
Oh my God. No. She would be like shaming everything. Kelly.
I know she would. But then she'd be off in the secret room buying
all of it. Oh, gotta love her.
Yeah. But hey, that just means that your mother-in-law is fun. She has a sense to her that isn't always so serious.
Yeah. I mean, she was a young lady once upon a time, too. I mean, how do you think your husband got here,
Exactly.
Or maybe she was trying to push the agenda to get some baby making going on.
Oh.
She could have an ulterior motive.
She wouldn't be moving across country, that's for sure. Oh man, that's a good one. Okay, I need to drink some.
I like that was a positive one. I was kind of like, man, we're going to get all monster-in-law stories or evil daughter-in-law stories.
No, I enjoyed that one for sure.
That was a good one.
That's a good one.
Whoever you are, I feel like you hit the jackpot in the mother-in-law department.
For sure. For sure. And I know that it's awkward, but maybe just try and embrace it.
1000%.
I haven't said it once. Okay. Oh man, that was a good one. Okay. So we got 2 that were pretty similar, and I feel like so many people can relate to this. So many.
Yeah. Okay.
You know about these ones.
Oh.
They're both very similar. So I'm going to read both of them, and then we'll just discuss.
Well, then we'll dive right in.
Exactly. Okay. So this is the first one. What is it about babies that make every mother-in-law unbearable? I had a great relationship with my mother-in-law prior to having my first baby, and now I can't stand being around her, and I don't like her holding my baby. Help. Okay. And then the second one is, I was 1 month postpartum, and my in-laws came over to see the baby. They passed her around, giving her love, and then it was time for me to breastfeed. My boobs hurt. I had already waited longer than normal to take her, and I went to get her from my father-in-law. He literally put his hands up to stop me from taking her. I saw red. My husband had to intervene and tell him to give me my baby because he would not let me have her.
That's awkward.
I think that this is such a big topic.
Well, yeah.
With not only in-laws,
with
right?
anybody.
Anyone with like your newborn baby. First of all, like, you just gave birth, so your hormones and your emotions are all over the place to begin with, right?
I honestly feel though a big part of it is like biology of like protecting your young. So there's moms that don't even like the dad to hold the baby or take the baby because it's like that is a part of them,
Yeah.
you know, they
It's
are
like
the
an
mother.
extension.
Yeah.
Like you held this baby for 9 months in your belly. Like they are literally you. Have you ever heard that thing where it's like babies don't even recognize that you're like a different person from them?
For
like the
quite a
first
time.
like, I don't know, 6 months or something like that. Like
Yeah.
you are just an extension of them.
Oh,
Like they don't
100%.
realize you as like how they would realize dad or grandma
Is a different
or
person.
whatever.
Because they're so like in tune and connected to. Yeah. I've heard of that. I mean, my children, 13 and going on 4, just so still connected to me.
Just
I never cut the
sucking
cord.
on the tits still. Just kidding. Neither one of them are. Okay, let's get that straight.
Some would say I'm a helicopter mother. I, don't agree, but I feel like, yeah, I get the very protective over your kids. And especially if it's a mother-in-law who you saw how she raised her children, you don't want her to be anywhere near yours.
Yeah, you know. I mean, I can't say that.
Of course you can't. I don't know what the dynamic is, but I think, yeah, but
sorry, go ahead.
No. There's some people that are very like crazy about, and maybe these are probably both first babies because it's like the Loves commercials, where with the first baby, it's nothing but the best. But by the time the second baby comes around, you're like passing them off to whoever, buying them the bargain diapers. Cause it's like you've been there, done that, you've experienced it. And now you feel more comfortable, not as hyper focused on everything. Did you feel that way when you had babies close together? I didn't, so.
I know. And so let me just start by saying my mom always said I treated Turner, my oldest, like he was a second child. She's like, you just like don't care. Like you just let him do whatever. You like let him be dirty or you like he's a second child. And I was like, I don't even know what you mean by that, but okay. And then I had a second child.
Oh my gosh.
And as you saw today, he's just out there friggin' eating sand. So I clean his mouth because he has a mouthful of sand. And then he goes out and he starts eating sand again. So you know what? I'm like, fine, you deal with it, dude, because you obviously want to eat it.
But if it's your personality, I'm gonna lose my train of thought. That's why I have to come back to it. But that's your personality, like super laid back. So I totally understand what your mom is saying about it. But Duncan for sure is the second child. I'll come over and that kid has food all over his face and his hair. It's for sure like he's just gonna get dirty again. So exactly. I'm not gonna.
Why bother wiping his face when in 3 seconds it's gonna be dirty again? That's wasting a wipe.
Whereas like me, I'm that mom that's in between bites, wiping my kid's face or constantly correcting, directing.
You know what's so funny is like when I share like my water with my kids because I don't care about germs. And you are so opposite. You're like, no, everybody have their own cup. And then if you
what literally happened earlier with the kids
share a cup, you die. You're like, no, that is not your cup. Don't drink out of it. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. Here's mine.
Since I was a little kid, I would never share drinks with people. Like it grossed me out. Even with my own kids, if they were thirsty and maybe they drank their water and only I had water, right? And they wanted my water, it is now their water. I will not starve to death, but I will go thirsty.
Yeah. You're totally that person for sure.
I could never be like a survivalist. I couldn't eat bugs.
Could you drink your own pee?
No, nor could I kill an animal and like skin it and all that. I don't think
I could either.
And they're like, oh, you've just never been hungry enough. Well, no, duh. But also, I just couldn't deal with that dirty. But have you ever seen a bottle of water after a kid drank out of it?
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
Or they put their mouth.
Like a bottle of water and then like drinking something out of a straw is different.
You know what, Kelly? Let's go take your bottle of water and dump it in a clear glass and take a look. I asked you this last week. I said, when you were doing this whole thing. Okay. Kelly was sharing her water with her kids. And I turned to her. I said, hey, Kelly, how often do you like get backwash in your mouth? And she looks at me with such a straight face every time. My stomach turned. I am just get grossed out by that.
Hey, which one out of the two of us gets sick more often? Not me. Because my body's just used to the germs. Same thing as walking on the Vegas Strip barefoot.
That's what toughened you up.
Exactly. That moment led me to being at this moment.
That's really funny. Yep.
I get sick like once a year, okay?
Yeah. You walked barefoot on the Vegas Strip, so now you don't care who you share water with.
Nope.
You'll share it with a stranger.
Exactly. Okay, wait. I feel like we totally just got off way off topic. Okay.
I know.
So let's get back to in-laws and babies, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, okay. So the first person said that they liked their in-laws before they had a baby. But I feel like that's fair because before you have a baby, you don't have like big boundaries, right?
Yeah. So I think that's when the wedding is where the real boundaries should start.
Yeah, but like that's like one day, right? So you can kind of get over that. And maybe the in-laws weren't crazy for the wedding. Maybe they weren't like super into it, or they didn't like try to take over.
Knew their role and took a step back.
Exactly. But with babies, like especially if it's like their first grandchild, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like they could be very overbearing.
But even with your own parents, like the mom's parents could also be overbearing. Like she could believe that.
I think it's just grandparents as a whole. And I have a great relationship with my parents, with like the in-laws, everything like that. We actually have a lot of help from like your mom, my parents, like they all help out with the kids, right? But I think that there is like such a fine line. And like they piss me off all the time.
Like grandparents' rules? Grandparents have a different set of rules.
Oh, exactly. Well, I'm a grandparent, so I can give them this because I don't see them all the time. Okay, but you see them 3 days a week, and then the other grandparents see them 3 other days a week. So that's like 6 days of grandparent time.
I like agree. Grandparents have a different set of rules, but those rules should become less and less special to them the more often they see the kids. Because then it's not grandparents' rules, it's like mom's rules versus grandma's rules or whomever. So there needs to be more consistency. But if it's like a grandparent that they get to see
Every
3 times a year, then I get it. Let them stay up a little bit later. Let them have more sugar. Buy them the freaking toy, whatever it is.
I agree. So I guess it depends on like how hands-on they are, right?
Yeah.
But if your in-laws are coming over and you have a brand new baby, right? And they're like cuddling the baby, fine, sure. But as soon as my baby has a need for me, oh, hell no. You hand that baby over.
I'm going to take my top off and squirt some milk into his eye.
For sure.
Like, give me my baby.
So that's also with like the second I was so not shy. So like, yeah, the dads would come over and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm going to breastfeed. If you don't like it, you can walk away.
Yeah, that's like deterrent, right? That's where they should be like, oh, it's now I know to back off.
Yeah. But with the first, it is kind of harder because, right, like I was shy, like with my first, like not shy, I wouldn't say the word shy, but I was more conservative, right? Like if the baby needed to eat, like I would go in the other room or whatever.
That would have given me such FOMO at like our family events, me being in a room by myself.
I think I learned that with the first. That's why I was like, whatever. I'm like at the park. I'm like, yeah, let me whip this thing out.
Things happen so fast, you're going to miss out on something fun if you're pulled up in a room.
Exactly. I want to know about the dildo party, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, man. But no, I would just, I don't know, with in-laws that are overbearing with a brand new baby, I would tell them to F off. And if they want to see their grandkid, they would respect the boundary.
You would think that, Kelly, you're way too polite to actually say that. And if you did say it, you would say it in such a nice way that it would make them feel bad.
Exactly.
Me,
So
I would
that's
just
fine.
come off as an absolute B.
Because
I
that's the difference between us.
I know.
But they get to the same point.
Yeah, except for them, people don't want to talk to me ever because I'm so mean. I'm
I
just
talk
straight
to
to
you.
the point.
Yeah. But also, like, if like a grandparent is holding a baby and that baby is pretty fresh and that baby is crying, why would you not give it back to their mom?
I got this. He's reliving his daddy days.
Ew, and never put your hand up in my face. Oh, hell no. I would have saw red too. I would have punched that freaking guy in the face and then taken my baby and ran. Thank God for your husband. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Kudos to him because there are weaker men in this world that would just be like, babe, calm down, right? They'd say those two words
I would see
that are guaranteed.
blood, not even red.
Like, just let them have another minute.
Oh, Jesus. No. I'd be like, you want to see calm down? You want to see calm
Yeah.
down?
You want to see me calm down? I am calm.
You know what? I hate. Oh my God, there's nothing worse than when a man says calm down when I'm heated.
Or when they do this, calm down. Like, even they're showing you with their hands. Calm
Don't.
down.
Do you think that's going to make me calm down? No. It's escalated 10 times now. Say it again. It'll escalate 100.
And it's like they think they're trying to be helpful by saying that. Like, you're going to make me realize, oh, I should calm down. It's cute because my 13-year-old son sees me getting upset. And he'll be like, Mom, just calm down. Like, it's that easy. And then I'm like, what did you just say to
I
me?
know specifically to never tell you to calm down. I'm like, no, I hear you.
I think it's so yes, thank you, because it's invalidating. It's like, wait a minute, are you telling me that everything I'm upset
Like,
about?
Yeah. I should be calm about?
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't be calm.
Hell no. Give me a bat and some things to break. Maybe then I'll calm down.
We're going to turn this into a rage room.
That would be really fun.
That would be fun.
We should do like a little live.
Just smash
Wild
Ryan's
out.
computer.
No. You know those rage rooms though? Like they look really cool in theory, but then you realize it's all just junk that's broken anyways. To me, like that's not fun. I don't know. How is that
We're gonna
therapeutic?
hit the working TV on my wall. This neon sign that we spent a lot of money on. I want to hit that. No, I don't really. I really don't get mad that much.
No, you don't get mad that much.
But when I get like annoyed, like Ryan will be like, why are you annoyed? And I'm like, don't ask me why I'm annoyed. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Or he tells me to calm down. I fucking hate that. Don't tell me to calm down.
It's not a big deal. Yes, it is a big deal.
He says that to you all the time, and it makes me mad
Look,
for
my
you.
heart is going like this just thinking about those words because it's the worst. It is the worst.
Jeez, don't say that to her. She is going through it. She's allowed to feel those feelings.
Yes, I should feel all the feels.
Never vent to him when you're mad, okay? That's what we've learned. We vent to each other.
But he is the person that I share good news with because he hypes
So supportive.
up like nobody else. We get like one view and he's like, I'm so proud of you guys.
He's the best
like,
about
you would
that.
think we had 1 million views already.
I know. We're not like him yet, okay?
No.
But we'll get there.
But he just hypes us up. So I am actually really lucky that I have my brothers like as such a solid support. Even your brother, my brother-in-law. Like
all the brothers.
we
All the
lucked
brothers in
out.
the family. They are.
Yeah.
They're super supportive.
All right, enough with our mushiness. Let's get on to the juicy stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So anyways, if your in-law tries to take your baby, fuck them. Okay? Also, don't feel bad telling them no, that they can't come over and see your baby.
Or that they have to wash their hands before they hold them. Or don't kiss them on the cheek. Like these are all
Oh my
very valid
God.
things.
I hate when older people are like, we never did that when you were a baby and you turned out just fine. Well, guess what, Carol? Aunt Carol, okay, from the dildo party. This ain't 1990 anymore. This is 2025.
Yeah.
Wash your fucking hands. Where's
And
the spray
don't
jar?
kiss the baby on the face.
Yes.
It's just gross.
And then they say, I can't help it. Yes, you can. You are an adult. You can help it.
Yeah.
Anyways. I just saw red, okay?
Yeah, I can tell. Hey, Just calm down. Did it work?
Yeah. All right. We're going to go back into a good one. Okay. So I know this is rare, but I actually like my in-laws. Like, I'd hang out with them even if I wasn't married to their son, especially my mother-in-law, Sharon. She's a total vibe. Think Costco wine, leopard print pajamas, and conspiracy theories about space. Anyways, a few months ago, my husband and I had a little date night planned at home because, kids. We finally got the little gremlins to sleep and we're about to start a movie when the doorbell rang. It's Sharon, holding a bottle of tequila and a bag full of clothes. She goes, I just stopped by. Sorry. Hold on, let me backtrack. She goes, I just stopped by to drop off your old baby clothes, but then I thought, you two look boring. Let's fix that.
Oh my God.
20 minutes later, we're taking shots in the kitchen while my husband's in the corner looking like he's aged 10 years. She's dancing to Pitbull. I'm crying, laughing. And at one point she goes, if you ever leave my son, I'm keeping you in the divorce. I spit out my drink and my husband left us and went to bed. The best part, she crashed on our couch, woke up the next morning, made pancakes, got the kids settled, and left a Post-it on the fridge that said, thanks for the tequila. Hide the good stuff better next time. Love, MILF. Well, I don't even know what she meant by that, but I kind of want to be here when I grow up.
I was going to say, whoever that is, can you please say Sharon? She would be a great guest.
Yes, I want
Sharon sounds
be Sharon.
Yeah, I think I am going to be Sharon when I grow up.
I just want to go back to the part where she's like, you guys look boring. I totally feel that. Like with kids. I feel like my parents, they're in their 60s now. Both me and my brother obviously are older, moved on, whatever. They don't even take care of us anymore. They party harder than I do. Like, my mom will call me on a Friday night. It's like 11 p.m. I'm already asleep. And she'll be like, hey, can I get a ride home?
She's just lit. Well, our parents were all like hard working, like taking care of us when they were younger. I think that they had to take a step back from all of that. Like I say, my mom is living her best life right now. Like she was 21 when she had me. So it's not even, I don't even know if they celebrated 21st birthdays back in the day, but she wasn't.
She couldn't celebrate a 21st birthday.
No.
She was pregnant with you when she turned 21.
Yes. So, and then she had kids back to back to back. So I think that once we all flew the coop.
See? Yeah. Now she's living her best life.
Yeah. Going out of town every other weekend.
Hanging with her girlfriends. They go to Stagecoach.
Yeah.
Ragecoach.
Oh my gosh, I like that one. I'm going to have to use that for next year.
You've never heard that?
No, I've heard of Stagecoach, Coachella, all of that. But
couch? What? No.
Like, because you're watching it from your couch,
Stupid. No, your mom's living it. She's raging at Stagecoach.
That's really funny.
But yeah, no, I love this. I love this story.
I love how she just came prepped for the clothes drop off.
Yeah. She's like, oh yeah, I'm kind of bored.
I'm in the neighborhood.
Let's just pretend I'm dropping off baby clothes. Hell no, I'm ready to party.
She had a bottle of alcohol with her. Like, does she just drive around with that in her backseat just in case she stumbles upon a bad time? She's all, let's make this fun.
Yeah, she's going house party to house party. See what's happening.
That is definitely me when I grow up.
Like, I want to know, is she married? Like, where's her husband? Did she leave him at home? Because that's totally what my mom would do. I'm leaving you behind. I'm going out and partying.
She seems way too fun to have a husband. She is single, loving it, loving her freedom. Because she just gets to show up where she wants, when she wants.
Could you imagine being in your 60s, I assume, whatever. And you're a single. Now you don't. You're a single mom technically, but your kids are have their own kids. So you're just fun grandma. You can show up whenever you want.
You're a gilf. You're not a MILF. You're a gilf.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun time.
Mm-hmm. See? Life doesn't end when you have kids.
No. I think that it ends for a little while, right?
It pauses.
Pauses. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't end. Okay. You're right. It
just takes a breather. Teaches you to, it's like a speed bump. It just gets you to slow down, smell the flowers, enjoy the moment.
But I'm obviously don't want my kids to grow up too fast, right? Everyone like always is like, it goes by so fast, like enjoy it. But I'm also like looking forward to my kids being adults and I get to like, Brandon and I talk about this all the time. It's like, it's not just us anymore, right? So it's like, we're boring towards each other
Oh.
because we have kids. Like the other,
Well, yeah, I think it's just you guys just don't have that like same freedom that you used to have where you could just be like, let's go here, let's go there.
But we are really good about like, oh, he goes and does this. I can go and do that like at nighttime. Where it's like, okay, so we don't have like that much time like just together because one of us always has to be with the kids, right? After they go to bed. So we get to enjoy life, but like not together,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a phase. Get out of it.
Kids are still young. I mean, your oldest is only 4, so
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's good to have that like dynamic of like, hey, you go and do what it makes you happy, and I'm gonna go do what makes me happy, and like
you guys are
switch
really
off.
good about that, about having your own interests and hobbies that you both respect each other doing.
Yeah, because he has like his hobbies that he does almost every night.
But it doesn't interfere your
I was
time.
like, hey, like I'm gonna go out with my girlfriends. It's a Wednesday night, but I'm gonna go out at 8 p.m. because that's when the kids go to bed. So like he doesn't have to deal with the kids by himself, right?
Yeah.
For me to go have fun. But at the same time, no. Mama wants to go out and have a couple marks, okay? Their girlfriends.
As you should. As you should. You deserve it.
Exactly. Tonight, what's he doing? Helping with the kids. But then after, then we're going to help with the kids.
It's balance.
Balance.
So healthy. You guys have such a healthy relationship.
Some may say.
All right, what's next?
All right, let's see. Okay, so this isn't about a mother-in-law, this one, right?
Is it about a daughter-in-law?
It's about a sister-in-law. Okay. Getting engaged was one of the most exciting days of my life until my sister-in-law decided to literally stomp all over everything.
Wait, hold on. Kelly, this isn't about me, is it?
This is actually my submission, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Her and her boyfriend hadn't been dating long, but magically they were now engaged too.
Oh, definitely not me.
We picked our wedding date and she decided that she's going to get married the week after. Not a few weeks after, the week after. As if that wasn't bad enough, she booked the same florist, wants the same bridesmaids' dresses, and even had the nerve to almost try on the same wedding dress I had already purchased.
Wait, what?
Oh, and we were both in each other's wedding parties, so we had to coordinate our shower and bachelorette parties around each other. It made wedding planning even more stressful, and it's been 8 years, and I am still mad about it.
As you should. I would be too.
Let me say 1000% makes sense as to why you're still upset about it. Oh my God, if this was you, oh my God, we wouldn't.
Just the audacity. That's crazy. That I'm trying to think of. Okay. How many years after you got married did I get married?
3 or 4.
So maybe this is just a testament to like our relationship and how good of a relationship that we have. But Kelly was my maid of honor, and I had a really hard time finding a wedding venue. I was looking in the same area, which is not geographically close to us. And Kelly even offered, like, you should just use my venue. She did have a gorgeous venue. But as much as I loved it, I could not, and thank God I didn't, right? I didn't want to
put bad juju on it.
I didn't want to take a place that was special to you, even though it was perfect. I would not do that. I could not imagine like taking,
I couldn't even just imagine like just the two of us like being engaged at the same time and then like weddings within 1 week of each other. Like these are
That's a
sister-in-laws,
lot.
so this is you and I, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're not as close as you and I are, but like even just like for the family, like that is so much,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
right?
lot. And like to steal somebody's thunder when you were pregnant and then I found out I was pregnant, it was my second child, your 1st,
Mm-hmm.
and I always felt like I wanted you to enjoy, once your pregnancy was done, then like it was okay for people to ask about mine or whatever. But I wanted the focus to be on you because it was like your experience. I would have my moment. I wanted you to have yours. I couldn't imagine planning back to back weddings. To me,
Yeah.
that's
Like a
rude.
wedding is like even like okay, babies happen, right? Like baby,
Yeah, they
like
just happen.
I mean, we all know how they happen. Okay, the birds and
I'm gonna say
birds
that
and the bees,
when I get asked where babies go, they just happen.
they just happen, you know. Probably just don't let it happen, but
Yeah.
it happens. You have a 13-year-old boy. You better start thinking about that.
Oh, I do. Trust me, I am way too young to
That's
be
dad's
grandma.
problem,
Yeah,
right?
no, it absolutely is. So
But no, yeah,
hold on, but
I
the
couldn't
same
even
wedding
imagine.
dress, like I was
Oh hell
expecting you
no!
to say, like a dress that she had tried on and passed on, because like that I could understand. Maybe they have
Maybe,
the same taste, right?
maybe, sure, we'll go with that.
Well,
You know how many wedding dresses there are to try on? Why would you even try on the same one?
you go to
Hey,
David's Bridal, there's 1,000, but you go to like some specialty boutique, maybe there's not that many. And you don't always get to pick your own. Like if you go to these nicer places, they pick out dresses for you. Okay. So
sure. We'll give
to
her the
me,
benefit of the doubt.
I was trying that, but until she said the same dress, that's crazy. I would have been like, well, just wait a week. You could borrow mine.
You could buy it off of me.
I'm petty like that. I would have been like,
Yeah, and then she would have been like, yeah, okay.
yeah, no. Wow.
And do you think she picked the week after just because it's like, okay, yours is like, let's get on with yours. So then the big day is mine, not yours.
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
But I also feel like it's the relationship, right? Like,
what? She's just a bitchy in law that wants to just like take all the thunder?
or it could be they could have had a whole different outlook on it if they were super close. And I feel like they've made
sound like
movies.
they were that close.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is there was obviously some type of a resentment or bitterness or just like
maybe she's just jealous because you're prettier than her.
It's funny because we've known each other a long time. We went over this in our intro. I used to babysit Kelly when she was just a cute little thing. So we've known each other a long time. But the one time I had to question, like, does she like me or not, was when we were planning your wedding or when you were planning your wedding.
Because I was so laid back about our wedding that I was like, okay, we're going to pick the venue, right? We'll pick like the big stuff. And then literally it was like 5 months of like zero planning.
Yeah.
And then it was like the last 2 months. So I was like, okay, I got to do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
But because you like, I don't know. I mean, at the time we were close, but we weren't like as close as we are now.
We were like acquaintances, Kelly.
You were in the wedding at least.
Oh, at least that's my consolation prize.
Yeah. Congratulations. You made it.
Thanks.
I think about AI now because I'm like, oh, can I like crop people out of my wedding party?
Yeah.
Because like half my wedding party I'm not even friends with, nor do I talk to.
It is 100% true when people say, like, when you're picking your wedding party, I would be like, is this person going to be at your deathbed? Like, will they be there at that point in your life?
Exactly.
Because if not, don't. Because they won't, you have them in those pictures forever.
I agree. Because I felt like I had to pick a certain amount to match like Ryan's amount because Ryan like has 1,000 close friends. And he would have had probably like 10 groomsmen.
There would have been no like.
We had to cut it down to 5 because I was like, I could hardly make 5 work.
Yeah.
Now 2 of them I never even talked to. / one of them's dead to me.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're watching this.
Yeah. You should be sorry if you're watching this.
Mhm.
No, I agree because I am also in the same situation where there's somebody that is dead to me that was there on my wedding day.
Oh, well, if there's multiple,
Oh, yeah.
let's just talk about
Yeah.
like we could just brush over that, but
Yes.
like one of the main partners of the wedding dead.
That's what I really need Anna
Some
for.
you could just post pictures of you and I.
Yes.
Your wedding day.
I'm going to do that because I still love those pictures.
Oh,
But
man. Yeah.
there was that movie with Anne Hathaway and it's Goldie Hawn's daughter. She's super cute. Is it Kate? Kate something or other. And they're best friends and they get engaged at the same time and they both want the same venue and they go and look at it. I don't know if this is exactly how it goes. This is a while ago. But I think they have the wedding like they fight over a wedding day, the availability, something like that. And then it's just a competition of the weddings from there forward. But I think one of them sleeps with the other one's husband.
No.
Some type of
what is this
I don't
movie?
know. We're gonna insert right here. It's this one right here.
She sleeps with the other one's husband?
Yeah.
She's jealous?
I don't know. It's just
See, this is why you can't have too many girlfriends, first of all, because like I was just talking about this with a coworker today. And when I say I was just talking about this with somebody, sometimes that means like 2 years ago I was just talking about this with somebody. But today, actually, I really was talking about this with a coworker. And she was talking about like how a friend did her wrong. And I was like, see, this is why girls can't have too many girlfriends.
Them hoes ain't loyal.
A lot of them aren't.
Yeah.
Or like they get jealous and then they have to do something to piss you off.
Yeah, but I always wish I had, like, you guys have a group, right? Like, you guys are all friends,
Yes.
the husbands and the wives. You spend a lot of time
agree.
together. I think that's really cool. My friends are all like, the few that I do are here. They don't all know each other. They don't all hang out.
Okay, I will agree. And I love all of those girlfriends. Do I text those girls on a daily basis, one-on-one? No. Do some of the girls within the group text each other one-on-one? Yes, and it's great. I love all of them. And they are all loyal, right? None of them have done me wrong before.
Yeah.
But I feel like as a girl, you have like your core, like I'll text you on a daily basis.
You're right.
You know what? I do have like my best friends and I don't text them on a daily basis either.
You go like months without texting each other and then you're texting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My best friend, my two best friends, literally. I could go weeks without texting them. But then I text them and then it's like, oh, hey, girl. Yeah.
No time has passed.
No time.
You just pick right up where you left off.
Exactly. And I know they have me and I have them.
That's true friendship.
You just text in crisis.
Or there's those other friends that are like, why haven't you texted me? It's been months. I'm like, why haven't you texted me? Like, works both ways.
Well, yes. And as girlfriends, older girlfriends, you should know, like, that's just life.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know.
It happens.
It does. Right? All right. I think we have one more. Okay. So I've been married to my husband for like 2 years. Oh, sorry. Rewinding. Okay. So I'd been married to my husband for like 2 years when his younger brother, let's call him Chad, started acting weird. First, it was late night texts with flirty memes. I brushed it off. But then at a family barbecue, hold on. Sorry. I closed it out on accident.
Wait, so this is her brother-in-law?
Her brother-in-law.
Okay.
Her husband's brother.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry. I closed out of it. Let me go back. Okay. First, it was late night text with flirty memes. I brushed it off. But then at a family barbecue, while I was in the kitchen with his mom, Chad leans over and goes, if things ever don't work out with my brother, I'd treat you right. His mom was standing 3 feet away from me. Like, what the hell? I told my husband and he said, yeah, he's always been weird with boundaries.
Oh, that's creepy.
Right?
This reminds me, do you remember the true crime story we listened to about the weirdo father-in-law? The one we listened to on our drive home from Palm Springs?
Oh, maybe.
Okay, go.
Okay, yes. Okay, anyways. I was weirded out by by my husband's response. Let's just say I'll be bringing pepper spray to Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, I'd be worried you'd get roofied. That's creepy.
I could never imagine if your brother, my brother-in-law, was ever like,
Well, you have several. You would have several to choose from, Kelly.
hey, all those brothers.
That's very unsettling.
That's
But wait,
weird.
So the mom was 3 feet away. She didn't hear it. She pretended like she didn't hear
Maybe
it.
she did pretend she didn't hear
How
it. I don't know,
awkward.
but that's weird. Hey, if my brother never treated you right, I would. What?
I'd be like, well, thank God he treats me like a princess. Don't got to worry about that. I don't know. I'm the person that always has a weird response when somebody makes me uncomfortable. I don't even know how I could respond to that. Like, turn around and just avoid for the rest of your life.
Okay, that's like a me response. That's not a you response.
Yeah.
You would be like, karate chop him in his throat or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd say, oh, maybe we should talk to your mom about that.
What do you think about that, Carol?
Yeah.
Aunt Carol over there with the pasta salad?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so awkward.
I need a follow up. What has happened since? What else has he done?
I don't know. I would assume that was like maybe the last time they saw each other.
I would never want to be alone with that person. Like, not even in the kitchen cutting pie at Thanksgiving, like I'd get out of there so fast.
Well, that just like makes like the family dynamic weird, right?
He's trying to change the family dynamic.
He's trying to slide in to them.
Brother husbands.
Ew.
Maybe that was the soft launch, and that's why the husband said, yeah, he's always been weird with boundaries.
Oh, maybe the husband was in on it.
Trying to feel her out. Like, maybe, she could be our wife.
Could you imagine?
I honestly think that might not be. I mean, in this situation, it's a little creepy, but I'm just saying they have sister wives. Why not brother husbands?
Well, they're not. Okay, they call them sister wives. They're not really sisters.
No, I know, but I mean, like having 2 husbands, one that you like to have fun with, and one that you like to relax with.
I mean, no, I don't.
I'm like your second husband, so
okay, that makes sense. But if they're actually brothers, no,
they're just even closer brother husbands.
Blech.
Is that going to be the title of this episode, brother husbands?
Brothers.
No, that is really weird, and I am sorry. There was a boundary crossed, and
100% crossed. And you know what? Okay, I would be mad at the brother-in-law, right? Because he crossed the boundary. But I would be even more mad at my husband for just like brushing it off. Like, no, tell your brother that he's a fucking weirdo. Don't come at my wife.
Yeah, she also should have said something though at like the flirty text messages or memes or whatever, because that could have been an opportunity for the husband to be like, hey brother, like, you don't respect boundaries, but like this is my wife, so now you have no choice.
Okay, kind of, but like memes and like videos like that can be like misconstrued, right? Like, I don't know.
Well, I guess we don't know the context of the messages.
Well, exactly. But... like what exactly were they, right? Like memes of like, hey, I wish you were my wife, not my brother's. Like, okay, obviously that's weird. But like what, I don't know. Like your brother, not Ryan, but your other brother will like, I don't know, we'll send each other memes. Never flirty memes.
But none of them are like roses are red, violets are blue. You're married to my brother. And I like you.
No, none like that.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's normal to send memes to.
Exactly.
Funny. I mean, we have group chats.
Yes.
Where we just do nothing but share funny memes.
Yeah, to all the siblings, right? But like, so I don't know. I guess like those would be like context, right? Like what were the things that he was sending her? But like to literally say something like face to face to her and then tell your husband, like, no, I feel like that's kind of on your husband. Like he should, like I would expect Ryan to be like, what the fuck? Don't talk to my wife like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So I know this isn't really like an advice forum. Maybe it should be, but dear Anami mommy, just don't sit next to him at Thanksgiving dinner. Like,
Sit
distance.
far away. Or you know what? Go to your families for Thanksgiving. Yeah. See, this is why.
This is a perfect gateway to X-nay all of that family's event.
Because that's the husband's side of the family anyways. Yeah. Which is what I'm going to be my life, okay? But
you hit the jackpot, though.
No, I didn't.
With your husband's family.
Well, yeah.
See,
thank God I'll have you guys for the rest of my life for holidays because my kids probably won't spend them with me.
No, they're going to want to because we're the husband's family, right? Like, so the kids...
They never want to spend time with the husband's family.
Yes, because we're so cool that they're going to want to. That's the whole point.
Mm. Yeah.
I promise. Because I'm that cool, fun Aunt Sharon.
What was her name?
No, that's Aunt Carol.
Carol!
The mom is Sharon, but I'm going to be that version of Aunt Carol. I'm going to be Aunt Sharon.
Aunt Carol. No, it was Aunt Carol.
But it was the mom that came over was Sharon.
I'll be Sharon, you'll be Carol.
No, I'm Sharon, you're Carol. I'm the one showing up in leopard pants and tequila saying, you guys don't look like you're having fun. Let's do this.
Can we show up together? Can we be Sharon and Carol?
And we'll just bring the dildo party with us. Okay?
Yeah, I want a dildo party.
Okay, I think we should set that up. That would be really fun.
I probably have at least 5 friends that would come. Okay. Girls.
We probably have 100,000 more now that'll come too. Because we're going to have that many watching us.
That is so funny. I mean, really, I'm so comfortable about sharing things like that. But it's funny. But like so many people aren't. So I feel really bad for that girl that just like showed up and she's like, oh yeah, we're having wine and cheese and maybe, you know.
And you know, she had to buy something because you can't show up to that and not buy anything. So what do you think she bought? Like edible panties, some like flavored lube? Or do you think she went full on? I want the Thunder Stick 3000, you know?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's just like,
give it all to me.
I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Just, I'll take one of everything. Got to try it all. It's like 31 flavors, baby. You don't know what you like until you know that you like it.
I agree with that. Ain't no shame in my game, okay?
Oh my gosh. All right. So with that,
we'll cheers with my empty glass.
That's bad luck. Here.
There's a little sip. Okay. Thank you so much.
To in-laws and outlaws.
Yes. If you choose to be an outlaw, welcome.
Cheers.
And if you choose to be an in-law
or sister-in-law.
Okay, fine. Hopefully you like your in-laws, okay? And if you don't, fuck them.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Baby.